You know, sometimes I wonder when it was that we lost the plot. Halo used to be something that brought people together. LAN parties, split-screen marathons, co-op campaigns that lasted till sunrise. It wasn't just a game, it was our story. A story about courage and sacrifice and unity, a world where heroes stood shoulder to shoulder because they believed in something bigger than themselves. And for so many of us, that message hit home. We didn't just play Halo, we lived it. But somewhere along the way, that unity has faded. Instead of fighting the Flood, we're fighting each other. These days, the Halo community feels fractured, cynical, quick to mock, and slow to listen. We talk about Halo's golden era as if it's some unreachable past, like the ring broke and all that's left is debris. But maybe we've forgotten something important. Ever since 343 Industries, now Halo Studios, took the reins, they've been under fire. Before Halo 4 even launched, people were ready to hate it. Before a single trailer, before a single mission, the verdict was already coming in. They will never be Bungie. And that label has followed them for over a decade. Every game, every update, every cinematic gets dragged right through the mud, oftentimes before it even hits the screen. Now, don't misunderstand me here. Criticism is fair. Feedback is vital. When something doesn't work, we should talk about it. But what we've created here is not feedback. It's hostility. It's resentment. It's noise so loud that even genuine ideas get drowned out in the static. And here's what most people forget. 343 Industries doesn't get the final say. Microsoft does. The studio can create, but it can't command. The creative choices, the timelines, the monetization, those decisions climb a corporate ladder higher than we will ever see. So when we torch the devs for every little misstep, we're not always hitting the right target now, are we? Now, I've heard it all before. Whatever Halo Studios releases next, it's gonna flop. They should all be fired and it should be reset. Just shut it down and let it die. But think about what that actually means. Imagine for a moment that people said this about you, about your work and your craft. Imagine waking up, logging into your job and seeing hundreds of thousands of people saying that you're a waste of space, that your efforts don't matter, that everything you touch is going to fail. Would you really shrug that off? Or would you start to feel it seep in, that sense of worthlessness, that voice that says, maybe they're right? Because that's what's happening here. For years, developers, real people with families and dreams, have been told that they're garbage and that they don't deserve the franchise they likely grew up loving. And we've convinced ourselves that this is feedback. It isn't. It's harassment. It's verbal assault, all repackaged as passion. And if that sounds dramatic, ask yourself, how else do you describe years of being told you're never going to be good enough by the people you're trying to make something for? If we can't tell the difference between critique and cruelty, maybe it isn't the studio that's lost its way, maybe it's us. Because the truth is, when morale dies in a studio, innovation dies with it. Creativity cannot thrive under contempt. Developers will stop taking risks. They play it safe. They do what they're told. And then we, the players, turn around and ask, why does everything feel so soulless now? Well, this is why. Years ago, a former 343 developer said something that still sticks with me. They mentioned that the team didn't want to make Halo 3 Anniversary because of how vicious the community had become. Why pour months of work into something just to be told it's trash the moment it releases? Think about it. We love to say the fans made Halo, but right now it feels like the fans are helping to unmake it. Somewhere along the way, we've mistaken destruction for passion, and hostility as honesty. Critique is when you care enough to want better. Hatred is when you just want to see it all burn. And if we don't start understanding this difference, there might not be anyone left willing to try. Now, here on the 24th, Halo Studios is about to announce something big. Maybe it's a new direction. maybe it's a return to form. And if we're lucky, maybe even Halo 3 Anniversary. We just don't know yet. But before we rush to judge them, maybe we should stop and pause. Ask yourself, what did you enjoy about their games? Did you enjoy the art, the soundtracks, the armor designs, the cutscenes? Anything at all? Because there's always something. You don't have to love everything. You don't have to pretend like everything's perfect. But you can be fair. You can be balanced. You can choose to be the kind of fan that builds instead of breaks. If we really want Halo to rise again, then it has to start with us, the players, remembering what this series was meant to stand for: unity, courage, loyalty, and hope. So as we look to what's next, let's do what Halo has always taught us to do: stand together, face forward, and finish the fight. Not against the studio, but for the legacy we all share. Because Halo was never just theirs. It was never just ours. It was everyone's.